The first phase of entrepreneurship, at least for me, maybe for you, was very fear-ridden. And honestly, it's a powerful tool. What I found that's interesting about the journey is the movement from fear to confidence and why it's necessary. And perhaps maybe you are even in one of these stages right now. I didn't have business, so I needed to sell. And I was terrified not to. I had to feed my family and myself. So I was out there hustling, and I did do door-to-door cold sales, knocking the door, and was kicked out of spaces and shamed and embarrassed and terrified, but I had to do it. Over time, I started to land some clients here and there, and no, it wasn't ideal, but started to get some business and then start working on delivering my services and so forth. There was some money coming into the business, no money into my pocket, but at least I saw money coming in. Fear is a great motivator for a period of time. It gets you up at 4:30 in the morning, and it makes you work all the way till 4:30 the next morning and repeat again and again. But I found that if we stay in a state of fear, we get overwhelmed with stress. It manifests in disease and exhaustion. It can literally be deadly. So fear needs to transition. And for me, fear over time became confidence. As I started to get clients, as I started to understand how business worked, I started to fall in love with entrepreneurship. Ultimately, it became aspiration. And I found that to be the three stages of the entrepreneurial journey: fear, confidence, and ultimately aspiration. And what I wanted to do in my little share here with you today is a tool I've discovered over time. I subsequently have developed into a model. I call it the business priority pyramid. So let me cut to my paper point, not a PowerPoint user, but check this out. I have an overhead like the old days. If you remember this from grade school or high school. Well, what I'm drawing for you is what I call the business priority pyramid. Translation from Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Maslow studied human needs and found something very interesting, that foundationally, we all have the same need. It doesn't matter what your background, how you were raised, everyone has physiological needs. We need to drink liquids, we need consumption of water, H2O, and we need air, we need food. Those foundational needs must be addressed at all times. And if they're not being addressed, nothing else matters. But once those are adequately addressed, we can elevate to higher level needs in Maslow's hierarchy. So it may be safety needs, protection from harm in the elements, belonging to a community. But as I'm presenting to you, if someone came running into my office here and put like a plastic bag over my head and I can't breathe oxygen, all of a sudden the presentation doesn't matter, sharing, belonging doesn't matter, it's about getting air. So what Maslow pointed out is that this hierarchy is something where we always move around to the immediate or urgent priority. What do we need now? And make sure that's adequately satisfied.